And welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the final best of 5 here at the Starcraft 2 TeSPA Collegiate Series. We've had an interesting arrangement of games so far.
Yes.
Toronto just dropping the slam dunk over Montana. And we're going to finish things up with another, I'd say, hopeful duo up against Kansas, who has Bales.
Yes, I love how Kansas is also playing with his partner is called James Bro, and he seems like quite a bro because I believe he's in Silver League. So I have the feeling that James Bro is not going to be the captain of this Archon duo.
So this is like a 1v2 then?
Yes, he has 49 wins and 50 losses. He is top 8 silver though, so I should say top silver. But it's safe to say that there is a good chance that Bales is going to carry the majority, of this shared task, so to speak. What do you think? Like, all jokes aside right now, that a silver player can add to a Grandmaster League player. What is something that he could really help you with? What is something you would put like faith in?
So here's what you do. You use like a monitor zoom in function and just zoom in on the mini map, and then you just tell him if you see anything on it.
Huh. Yeah,
I mean, if you could...
So it's basically like your co-driver. If you're a relic driver, then you have
like imagine you have a guy that literally just looks in your rearview mirror for you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, that's it, you know?
Okay.
Like sometimes when you ask me to look out the windows, like, is there a car coming from that side? I'm like, yeah, there you go, boom.
Alrighty, over here on the left up side of the map, we're looking at the main base of our red Zerg
This
Archon.
guy.
They have a Master League player though. At least two? No, at least one.
I just like that guy because he looks like he's an Athenius sub.
Oh, why?
He said Sir WM.
Ah, okay. Well, either way, it is Illinois State University. Illinois is also the state that has the University Notre Dame, right?
I do not know. Sorry. Someone did tweet at me from Chicago saying they're enjoying the Illinois representation here.
Alright. Over
Yeah,
here on
the
the right bottom
passion.
side of the map, we're looking at the main base of our blue Archon. They are representing the University of Kansas, probably playing on Google Fiber. It is Bills and James Bro.
Yeah, yep.
You call that the
asked-
co-driver, right? In rally, like when you're watching a rally race.
I don't watch
You've
that.
never watched rally? You've
Just
never played
because
like a rally
the
game?
Kentucky Derby's popular in Moscow, Pennsylvania, does not mean that I was a fan of that sort of stuff.
No, but like rally is kind of cool. Like, I'm not an expert on it, but I think it's kind of cool. You know, in the old days when you had Colin McRae, the racing game.
Nope.
You've never heard of Colin McRae?
Doesn't
Wow.
ring a bell.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, it's close. Another of them is in Indiana. It's not Illinois. Damn it. I am a Philfish.
It's all good. It's all good, Kev. I asked Bales before the game started. I'm like, "Are you actually from Kansas?" He's like, "Well, technically I'm from California, but I've lived in Kansas for forever." So,
So basically, he reached out to the internet. He's like, "Hey guys, there's somebody studying at the University
can
of
I
Kansas."
just sign up for 2 credits at this university?
Alright, well.
Silly.
Obviously, Bills is a very good player. I took a look at his profile before this game started. His main account is ranked 45 Grandmaster League, but I'm very confident that if Bills
Plays mostly on Europe, though, doesn't he?
yeah, if he really wants, he can definitely be higher ranked than that.
I'm surprised he's not pushing for a higher rank because the WCS ladder qualifier closes soon.
Or maybe he is, and he's just not good enough, Nate.
That actually really surprised me.
That would be shocking.
That would be mind-blowing. I'd be flabbergasted, Roddy.
Alrighty, the openings definitely look a little bit more similar to what we're used to see. It's just economic, it's strong. There is gas on the way, or speed on the way, I should say. But
And more gas after speed. That's the interesting part.
could be for link drops, could also
What
be
about
for something.
this crazy fast lair? That makes no sense.
Hmm.
What if they realize that because they're playing against pro gamers, they got to do something really weird? No, they back to 1 drone mining gas. Okay, I don't know.
So I don't know why they mine the additional 100 gas. If you guys wonder why does it matters, because those drones that were
They
mining
could have
gas,
been mining minerals the
Yep.
whole time if they weren't going to use the gas.
and that will eventually allow you to get more drones that you can then put on minerals and gas at the same time, and that's how Starcraft 2 economy works.
Wow, Kev, such educational.
Yeah, well,
Very
since
useful.
Apollo stopped his series, I gotta be the new commander.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
But I did see him play Heroes of the Storms today.
Oh, I can't wait for his tutorials on that.
Together with Colaris.
Yeah,
I think it would be a great duo.
it'd be great. The new
No.
HD, the new Husky in HD.
I love Sean. I'm just teasing Sean. There was something very funny. If you guys missed it on Reddit, people were teasing Sean. But I will confirm that Apollo does play a lot of StarCraft. And I actually saw him play when I was in Europe during Nation Wars. And Apollo was better than I thought he was, Nate. I really mean that.
Very glad to hear that.
On a day where he would be extremely good and I would be extremely bad, I could even see him beat me. But only on a rough day.
I don't know, Kev.
No, honestly, Sean is not that bad. I mean that. There is a layer on the way for our university, or I should say Illinois State University. It's kind of an odd timing. I feel like this is in between, very quick and very macro oriented. It's like halfway there, but you know, what are you really going with this? They're down 12 workers right now. One overlord is going to get picked off over here. Of course, no matter, you know, if your builds or not, cross-map, Runes of Saras, there's only so much that a Protoss player can do. Sometimes you just have to chill a little bit. Lynx will try to jump on the Adepts and Sentries. One Sentry will get picked off.
I mean, solid force fields, but losing that Sentry, never a fun place to be. The third base, though, I mean, Protoss is going to have that third at a very similar time to when the Zerg player does. And now the Zerg Archon getting that lair, going for +1 melee. So we're going to see some Ling play out of them.
I don't mind that. I'm a big fan of +1 melee, but I feel like it's a little late. It's not going to hit extremely early. There's a War Prism already halfway done. 13 drones on the way right now. That's going to finally push them ahead in the worker department. That's 5 minutes into the game. A little bit later than you want to be a Zerg, but that's still good. I mean, they can say, hey, we were ahead economically when we played against Bills.
For a moment. And look at this, Drop Overlord is going to come in, so they're going to drop some Lings into the main base.
In the main base. Mothership Core out of position, no Adepts, just Sentries over here. I actually think this is going to catch Bills by surprise a little bit, and maybe James Rowe as well. I'm not sure what James Rowe is doing. Let's take a look at what James Rowe is doing.
Look at his camera.
Oh wow, actually one player is macroing and the other player is controlling a War Prism.
Wow.
No, wait. So I guess James Rowe's only looking at the War Prism. Bill's doing everything else, but these Zerglings in the main base are actually doing a little bit of work. I love what Illinois State University is showing us so far. Now, this is just good. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, some good clean play. Nice harass, sends the Lings back, keeps them alive. Of course, that's the power of Archon Mode. You know, you got 2 sets of eyeballs, 2 sets of hands to control everything.
That's like, wasn't there like a fighter in a very popular video game that had 4 hands? Like Honda? You know Honda and Street Fighter?
I don't know how many hands it had, but I think it was Mortal Kombat, or the Indian god Shiva, I think, has a lot of hands.
And Dalsman has very long hands.
Goro was a Mortal Kombat guy, I think.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, yeah,
Bass producer in my ear saving me. I don't know the names of Mortal Kombat characters. I'm not going to claim to be a Mortal Kombat expert here.
Yeah, they have been doing a lot of Mortal Kombat here lately, so I guess they're very familiar with it. Mortal Kombat was awesome on the N64, man. Yeah. Finish him! It's like, alright, I will!
I get that feeling a lot in Starcraft, you know? That's like, imagine if you're so far ahead in a StarCraft game that you could do like a fatality. You just like crash all your carriers. it's like you have 200 supply of carriers and they have like 5 supply and like they won't leave the game. You could just crash your carriers, Tassadar style, into their buildings and blow them up. You should be able to do that with battle cruisers. You should be able to drop pod all your drones and everything into them.
All jokes aside, this is not going bad at all for Illinois State University. They have 11-12 Mutalisk on the way. This War Prism is going to get picked off. They might be able to keep Protoss on 3 bases for a long time. These Adepts, they won't be able to do anything at all. And the first target is just now being wiped in. So a lot of defensive cannons. Bills is in a little bit of trouble here, man. This is really not going as planned for him. Double Stargate now.
Do you think that they were just being a little bit too cheeky here, or was it...
I mean, what did they do that was very weird? I just kind of feel that Zerg is playing well. I think they hurt their economy a little bit too much, but...
What if the unranked player, or the player that said he was, like, not so great, actually happens to just be a god at Zerg? Maybe he's smurfing?
Are you saying that Nesty is an American?
Who knows, man?
If I have to believe all the GSL cast, you know, when Alexander Bell invented the telephone, he had 2 missed calls from Nesty. So maybe when Christopher Columbus discovered America...
my favorite part of that story is that voicemail is invented like 100 years after the phone.
Yeah, it's still a great story. That's one of my favorite tasteless and artosis jokes. But what if Christopher Columbus actually arrived in America and Nesty was there to offer him a cup of tea after the long journey? And he just never died, because Nesty is eternal. And now Nesty is playing in the collegiate Archon tournament, because he's actually still going to college.
That would just be dandy.
So far, this is looking really good
for Zerg. If all of that is possible, I have no qualms with it.
I would stop making Mutalisk now, by the way. Like, if you make Mutalisk...
When your opponent's going into...
Phoenix, double Stargate, Fleet Beacon.
Yeah.
You either make Corruptors or you stop. There's no in-between.
Wow. It's tricky. At this... You know, I'm almost upset that they haven't like taken a big lead in this game, because I feel like if they were winning and they were styling a little bit here, they might go for something really crazy like carriers. But That's not actually going to happen in this game. Mothership Core gets sniped. The Phoenix are having a rough time here with dealing with these Mutalisks.
Well,
Now the Phoenix count has grown a little bit more.
exactly.
So.
It's high enough. Really, stop making Mutalisks right now, guys. You really don't need them anymore. You need something else.
It's not going to work. Build something else.
That's so fortunate. They got themselves in a great position. They were super far ahead in my... Well, not super far ahead, but they were ahead. They had 4 bases against 3 bases. They shot down the Warp Prism, and they had like 20 air units when the first Stargates were barely out.
There are
a bit unfortunate
a lot of Zerglings in this army as well. So the ability to run around is nice, but do they have enough to defend this push, Kev?
Well, a few more links, and I think they will actually. These are +2 Zerglings, man, and you don't mess with +2 Zerglings. The force fields are good, but a couple of sentries do get picked off immediately. A few more units being wiped in, but I think this is enough Zerg on the ground, man. +2 links, Nate.
Well, they're getting around. This surround is coming in, but the force fields, as they start to wear off,
+2 links.
that should be enough. They're going to actually kill everything.
Wow. Illinois State University with perhaps the biggest upset we've seen so far in the Archon Collegiate Series.
What?
Of course, this game is not over yet. Deny the 4th base, guys. Lynx will never be able to attack Phoenixes, so it doesn't matter. Run across the map and deny that 4th base. There you go.
Weird game.
Run!
Go, 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 go,
Run,
go, go,
Forrest,
go,
look
go,
at
go,
them
go, go, go.
Who's you saying here?
Stop.
Don't believe in just watch.
Look, +3 attack for the melee units. They're getting adrenal glands. The Phoenix are killing drones.
No, 4th base, boys. It's all about that 4th base.
Boys. They're going to attack into where there's actually units. These Zerglings could try to hold position and get on top of everything else, but they're putting themselves in a position where they're attacking the most defended spot.
Yeah, exactly. These links are still doing reasonably well, but I think in the end all links will die, or at least most of them. A couple of them will run away. They got 9 probes there and a pylon and cannon, but oh man.
The 4th base is done. Yeah. They could have killed that.
It was all about this 4th base. Meanwhile, the Phoenix is still being annoying on the other side of the map. They're still making Corruptors, but making Corruptors like 1 at a time, flying them in against like 20 Phoenixes with +1. It's just a little too late, I feel.
The thing is, like, Corruptors are, you know, seen as supposed to be like really good versus these because they have 2 armor by default.
Yeah.
But especially when that +1 kicks in, like, Phoenix will actually just rip them to pieces.
They are definitely really good if the Phoenixes don't have range. The moment that Phoenixes have range, that's when Corruptors are like so against Phoenixes at best. But the biggest problem is, whenever you have 2 Corruptors, that's not going to do anything against 20 Phoenixes.
Exactly.
That's like, yeah, Zealots are good against Zerglings, but if there are 40 Zerglings and you've got 2 Zealots, okay, you know, your Zealots are going to die.
Yeah, unless you're, no, you're going to die.
Okay, well, I guess that Bills and James Bro, they're wrapping the University of Kansas over here, will still take game number 1 as they're starting to look better and better. They're up 50 supply now. They've got their 4th base secured.
Yeah, they got so many drone kills with the Phoenix on the counter attack, and then the Lings just went to the wrong base. They could have shut down the 4th base, but now Bale's just his team just have so much money.
It was all about the oh my god, all these
It was all about that base, Roddy.
Yeah, it was all about that base this time. They're gonna try it one more time, but I think this time there's more than enough on the ground over here for Bills. But at least Illinois State showed us here that this is not going to be you know, a pushover series. They're definitely going to work hard for it. They're gonna try to deny. I mean, they will be able to empower. Look at those Lings, but oh my god,
those Lings do absolutely wreck these forces, but there's just so much more than there
was
here earlier.
If they would have right-clicked on this Nexus, they would have killed it twice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they never did, but...
They got it reasonably low, a little bit less than half health, but the Phoenix come over again. They're going to kill everything. I mean, just 1 Spore and a Queen Lady.
And 2 Infested Terrans, Nate. Please give credit where credit is due.
Okay, my bad. 2 Infested Terrans.
Their guns were rattling. Okay, look at this. This guy's a dream.
Wow.
Look.
Oh.
Boom.
No.
Oh.
Never mind, no credit given. BM.
You get so close.
GG.
As GG is called, and University of Kansas, of course, mostly driven by Bells, will go up 1-0 in this final best 5 of the day. But that got close, man. If they would watch this replay, that's really very easy to pinpoint where did it go wrong. You know, every now and then you play a game, it's like, why did I really lose this? If you look at this game, if you're Illinois State University, you know exactly where it went wrong. It's just like, oh man, actually we would have ran towards that 4th base, shut it down. In this phase in the game, the main is mined out. The natural is starting to run a little dry.
Low, yeah. And then the 3rd's like, okay, it's got some money, but the 3rd is not going to be where you'll be able to attack. And You know, just the response getting up to the fleet beacon fast enough with the Phoenix, being able to shut down the mutas, that was just such a crucial moment. And
yeah,
just the fact that they were building mutas, and you pointed it out a lot, like right now during all this, they're still adding on mutas and whatnot, and it's just not going to help against what they're going into.
You know, the rally points were a little bit sloppy as well. I mean, these links with +2 upgrades, Phoenix's lifting links is not something you see very often, and the reason why you don't see it very often is because it's not very good. Yep, it's just a waste of energy. I mean, this time I guess they had to do something, but I think in most scenarios, almost every single scenario I can think of, saving that energy to kill drones or queens or anything else is still better than lifting links.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. At that point, if you need to lift the links, you're going to lose the fight so much, you might as well use the energy for something else anyway.
I would really love to see like Kansas University go up against the University of California, Riverside.
That will probably happen at some point.
Yeah, I can both see them go 4-0, 5-0 maybe. I mean, let's not count out Illinois State yet. They played really well, but I also felt a couple of things went their way. You know, the Mutas definitely caught Bills and James Bro off guard a little bit, so they were able to shut down the Prism, and then the Stargates were very late, so the Mutas did more damage than they were supposed to. Game number 2 is going to be played on Orbital Shipyard. That's a much more straightforward map. It's going to be a little more difficult for Illinois State, but we'll see.
I think not having the cross spawn range between them will definitely make things a bit more complicated. Wouldn't be surprised to see like someone like Bells try to use their mechanics and their micro skills, possibly going for a little bit of an earlier attack on this map. It's much smaller, try to get more done. Of course, the natural, very secure as well. I guess we'll find out.
We will, as we are loading in to Orbital Shipyard. Could potentially be the second last game of the day, but I really hope that Illinois State will be able to take down at least one map, because they came so close in game number 1. There, of course, are Red Archon duo spawning on the south side of Orbital. And they're going for the nasty double extractor trick. It's nasty, man. One of these guys is nasty.
It's good. I like doing that. When I played random in the beta, I did that, but I'm not very good, so I don't know. I don't mind it. In the top right, we have the blue Protoss Archon representing Kansas, University of Kansas. The blue Protoss Archon of Bales and James Brown.
Ooh, look at this trophy.
They've won a tournament before.
You can play Archon as a tournament, right? So this has to be...
I'm pretty sure you can't.
There's no. So this has to be like Bill's trophy.
Yeah, I think so. For skins and anything like that, the icon, all of it is determined by whoever the Archon leader is.
All right.
That's why when I play Archon, I always have to be like, let me be first, I got all the skins. I want my awesome Thor that is useless.
I've got all the skins as well. Like, I've got all 3 collector's editions, obviously, because you know this game has pretty much changed my life. So
this game is my life.
Yeah,
yes,
it is my life, and it had a huge impact on my life over the last 4, 5, 6 years. So obviously you want to get the collector's editions, and I've also got like, make sure that they're all the same email account, you know, because we all have multiple accounts.
Yep.
But you don't want to have like your Wings of Liberty collector's edition at one account, and then your Heart of the Swarm collector's edition on another email. So I made damn sure that I had them all at the right email address. So now I've got all these badass portraits. I can still use the Diablo Marine as my in-game portrait.
Base guy.
I have awesome Colossus skins. I'm a happy man, Nate.
I really must. Those were some of my favorite. The original Wings of Liberty collector's edition portraits. Man.
Yep. Especially the Diablo Marine.
The Night Elf Banshee I also thought was pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool. And the orc, the space orc.
Oh,
Space Tauren, I guess. Orcs
Tauren Marine.
Yeah. Tauren Marine?
Yeah.
Was it a Marine?
It's what it
That's so silly. Taurens are much more like zealots. Should have been like the Tauren zealot.
You know more about Warcraft lore than I do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Taurens were part of Orc, at least in Warcraft 3. I know in World of Warcraft they became 2 separate classes, but in Warcraft 3 the Tauren was basically our battle cruiser. You know, it's like the ultimate unit.
Okay.
They were not very good. They were good. They were
so
good.
Like Terran Tier 3, they're just not all that useful.
You know, they were good if you would have Bloodlust, which was an other ability that basically got casted by one of your other units that made them attack like, you know, 40% faster or something, 40 or 60%.
If I could send my battle cruisers, I think I'd build them too.
Yeah. And they also had an upgrade that you had to research. It was kind of like an echo slam that would slam like in an area of effect.
Okay.
So basically every single time is Zealot. Well,
just remember, I've never played Warcraft, so I can't really follow a lot of that.
No, anyway, Tauren Ultimate Unit, very expensive.
Awesome.
No, it's slow at first, needs a buff, then it becomes strong.
High ramp up time, but powerful if you...
Exactly, and if you get the upgrade, then it becomes something
So,
good.
so that strategy is about as wild as the one where that guy mind controlled all Todd's units, killed them with his own army.
If he's watching you right now, you said that. But yes,
should be
that
asleep.
guy is Moon.
Yo, Overlord speed in an Evo chamber with Ling speed.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That guy just referred to is Moon. Arguably the greatest Warcraft 3 player of all time. Together with Todd, Grubby, and Sky.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know who that guy is.
Come on. He actually was runner-up at the DreamHack as well. You remember when Hawk won his DreamHack? DreamHack Stockholm's... No, DreamHack Summer.
I got into the esport thing in like 2012, man.
You didn't watch Hawk win DreamHack?
I was
After
still
Home
gold.
Story Cup.
I was still in like Gold League. I
Oh
didn't
my
watch tournaments yet.
Anyway, Hawk won DreamHack Summer. And in that final, he beat Moon. It was 2-2, and in the final game was that 4-player map that's not Whirlwind, but looks like it. Maybe it was Whirlwind, I'm not sure.
Tal'Darim Altar.
Yeah, Tal'Darim. And Moon went for a 6-fu, and Hawk scouted it, so he was already cheering while defending it. It was very cool.
Nice.
Esports history, Tasteless. Alright, Nate, let's focus on these Evo, on these upgraded
Yeah.
Overlords.
I got it. I said, you know, the Ling drop's coming, and they have absolutely no idea. Nothing is in position. There comes the Overlord. Ling's gonna drop.
No.
No, what? You should unload it first.
Yep.
Unless you had Banelings in it, in which case, you know, then it, I guess.
That would have been amazing, by the way, if they would have.
That would have been really sick.
One photon overcharge, run away, don't stay in the range of photon overcharge. Ate a few too many shots there, but still a couple links. Right? I think he's gonna cast second photon overcharge as well. There is energy. He could use photon overcharge in this one.
Yeah, but then the follow-up could be rough too. I mean, with speed, he could do a really big drop if he wanted. Or excuse me, Illinois State could do a really big drop if they wanted.
They've got a lot of supply. 10 roaches.
Yeah, the roaches.
Roach link
Plus one
+1. No layer, I assume.
Nope. Yeah, this roachling. Doom drop. Just do it.
Oh yeah, they could actually load up. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have enough overlords that
Yeah, but do they have enough gas to more?
don't let your dreams be dreams. They have enough to 4 more overlords. It's 25 gas. It's super cheap. Good deals. Good deals.
I mean, don't run across the map with slow roaches.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. I believe.
I don't think you're right, but I hope you're right.
I want to believe.
I think it's the best option. I agree with you that that would be the best option, but they won't do it, which is very sad. I think they were very worried about adept pressure, and that's why they made so many roaches, not necessarily to be aggressive.
Shame. One pylon in the third base, but the army is over here.
Did you just say shame?
I wanted to see the Doom drop, Kev. That's all I wanted. That was what I was looking for.
I was just suddenly thinking of Game of Thrones, you know? Shame.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that episode yet.
Oh my god, how long is it going to take you, man? I am going to make
you know
another...
what? When I have to take another 10-hour flight to go cast a StarCraft event, I'll get through another half a season.
Yeah, man, I cannot believe you.
There's some things I only do when I'm
Some people
on
missed
planes.
this, but a while ago, we were talking about oysters, clams, and cockles. And then Nate's response to me was, I'm not much of a seafood guy. Which I think was the accidental funniest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah.
That, when the
Hopefully
meme
we
king,
can top it.
when the meme king doesn't know a meme and responds with, I'm not much of a seafood guy.
I hadn't become the meme king then.
Okay.
More Overlord, Ling harass, but I mean, like this setup.
Run by,
it's
run
not,
by! Oh,
it's not gonna do anything.
Oh, he picked up the sentry. Run into the main base.
Oh, they tap the Immortal Shields, and now the Lings will all die. So the Zerglings get picked off. Is Bales, James Brown, not taking any chances.
I thought it was just James Bro.
No, I mean,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The sheet we have has the full BattleNet name.
Yeah,
Because it's cut. It's cut because of this.
I see. Man, I called him James Bro. I thought it was a very cool name. Like kind of like Clad the Lad, you know, James Bro. All right, Darkshrine is almost done for the University of Kansas. I'm not sure how much detection there is on the map. No Spore Crawler over here. No Spore Crawler in the main base. No Spore Crawler in the Pocket Expand either. Not a single Spore Crawler was given this day.
Nope.
Where have the Dark Templars been wiped in? Oh my god, in the
7
prism.
more
No.
gateways coming in.
Nate.
No spores.
No Spore.
And Lair, but no Overseer.
No Overseer, no Spore.
Is that rest in peace on this one?
Well, if the Dark Templars were actually killing stuff, then yes. So far they're just derping around trying to slice up a queen.
Wow, and actually none of them are actually killing drones.
Yeah.
Now one of the natural is.
They will still kill like 25 to 30 drones. I'm not worried about it.
The Overseers are just now starting.
Yeah.
A little bit slow to the draw on that one. 12, 13, 14. Oh god, it's a massacre.
It is a massacre, and I think that Illinois State is just going to try to make a desperation attack, but that's not going to work either because there's just way too much Protoss, man. Look at all these Immortals, look at all these Stalkers. Blink is about to finish up as well. A couple of sentries being warped in. No slow weapons this time.
Yep, yep. And now they're just going to step forward. Immediately picking off the Ravagers, of course, the most powerful units in this army. And there's the force fields to lock everything else in. And Kansas, woof, it's going to crush through. The DTs have killed 31 drones back at the other side of the map.
Yep, the Templars are GG Templars in this game, as these roaches and lings will get picked off as well. Forward blink goes down, and James Browns and Bales for the University of Kansas will be able to secure a 2-0 lead.
And slash.
Oh!
Oh! Well, you know what?
I think
I've
that
always
Bill's
been a fan of the macro.
I think that Bill just said like, "Hey, James Brown, take over the macro real quick." He's like, "Oh, okay." You know, 4 next is a good idea.
He have so much chrono boost.
I know.
You don't.
You can basically you don't need 8. You don't need 16 gateways. You can just have like 12 gateways.
I was told F2A Circ was good Kappa.
I mean, the guys are actually playing pretty well from Illinois State, and I really mean that. It's just like they have good ideas. They just don't do it in the most effective way possible, not in the most optional way. And then they miss a small opportunity, and then they make too many units in a weird phase in the game. Either way, GG is called, and Kansas, or the University of Kansas, will go up 2-0. The link drop, again, it starts off promising. They could do that faster, they could do more damage with it. Like the moment you see Photon Overcharge being casted, immediately run out.
Just think about the way that they initially did it. They had the Overlord there was nothing that saw it, and then they moved it into the base. Like They could have dropped all 8 lings out, then ran them in at once, started focusing down probes with the mothership core.
And you kill way more, and you kill. The mothership core is indeed further away because it's still out of position, and all 8 links are immediately on the ground, so they immediately start fighting. These are just small things, you know. That's often the difference between your average Grandmaster League player and Master League player. Master League players have the right idea, they just don't have the right execution yet, you know. And then it's like, oh, why didn't that work? Well, it could have worked. You were doing well. Oh well. What is the next map, Nate? Do you notice?
The next map, I am not 100%.
This was a good force field, by the way.
Yep,
well done.
all those links. It's like, yeah, we wasted the Immortal Shield, but we lost all of them. Dust Towers is the next map.
I think it's a rough map because it's Dusk Towers and Orbital are, in my opinion, brother and sister of each other, and they're so similar. I would say that the brother map is Orbital Shipyard, as it is a little bit better for Protoss, but Dusk Towers is definitely not a bad Protoss map. It's not a map where I feel if you're the superior player, you shouldn't really be surprised by anything, right? Like a Ruins of Saras, an Arena,
but
a
that
like
makes
Crest.
It so good for Proxy 3 Gateway.
Well, we'll see. This could potentially be the last game of our second broadcast here at the TeSPA Collegiate Archon Series.
Hope you guys have been having fun. Believe the official Twitter for all of this that's been going on has been organized by @TeSPA. Hit them up. Of course, let us know.
No TeSPA Esports.
I think it's just @TeSPA.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can, you always let us guys know what you think about the broadcast. If you're having a good time, that's what we're hoping for here.
Team TeSPA.
This is there you go. This is this is not the GSL Codex Finals. This is basically you guys, your friends in school, going at it and trying to score some cash.
I'm sure that like if I was going to a certain university, like if I'm attending the University of Kansas right now, and I know that like people that are attending the same university as me are playing in this, I'm watching.
That's why I'm already just like, I want to see Pennsylvania team, man. That's it. I'm gonna use my evil caster power to get hopefully we'll cast a Pennsylvania team at some point.
You know what I'm going to do, Nate?
What?
I'm going to start a class at UCLA, just so I can say that UCLA are my boys.
Go for it.
I think I would have a lot of fun at UCLA as well.
That is totally fine as well. I think a lot of people have fun there.
All right, on the south side, of course, we're looking at the main base of our Zerg Archon. They are representing Illinois State. And they're down 0-2. They've got a lot of work to do, Nate.
A really fast pool and a really fast gas in the top right.
And they've got a really big team.
That's right. That's right.
That's a Drake quote.
Oh, yeah, I knew that one. In the top right, we have the University of Kansas, represented by Bales and James Brown.
Bale's a lovely guy. Definitely very nice Protoss.
Cool. Bale's cool.
I've been playing against him for a long time, even when I was still living in Europe.
Have you been able to take maps off of him?
Yeah, of course, in the past. I mean, we've played against each other like 20 times, so it would be very sad if I was 0-20.
Bales was like my gatekeeper last year. Like, I actually made it to like the round of 32 for like a few of the WCS qualifiers, and it's like I hit Bales 3 times last year, and every time I'm just like, God, because he's not even like a cheesy guy, so like I know he's gonna play straight up, and I'm like, well, I just can't outplay this guy, so is really, really frustrating.
I mean, I wouldn't want to meet him in a tournament. Like, I'm not saying that I think I would go into a best-of-3 series with a lot of confidence against him. Absolutely not. But I've played against Bills for a very long time on multiple servers. So we traded series back in the days. But on a certain point, he really made the next step as a player.
And then, you know,
I didn't.
he's one of the North American players that's actually been picked up by, you know, teams that haven't actually been in StarCraft, but have been in other games before. So now they've actually moved in and picked up quite a few guys in North America. Flipside Tactics. Always nice to see more interest in the North American scene. We've got some cool kids here.
So what are we thinking about this Roach Rust that's currently evolving in front of our eyes?
I mean, you got to do something, right? They're down 0-2. They can't win the macro game. They tried to be aggressive and didn't cut it. But they, you know, their aggression showed signs of brilliance. So I can't blame them for seeing if they can't make something happen. They did go up against, you know, it's an Nexus first build. But is it going to be enough? You're the Protoss, man.
This is scouted. I mean, Nexus first is not necessarily bad to hold anything. The 2 adepts should not be able to do a whole lot against these roaches, but what they will be able to do is maybe avoid these roaches. Oh, you got to be careful. You don't want to shade, like, or shift shades straight into these roaches. Ravage is actually morphing in the middle of the map already. I'm afraid that this is just a little too slow. It's extremely all in, and I think that Bill's, you know, scouting this, he knows exactly what to do. You want to keep your adepts alive. You want to try to pick up as many drones as possible at home. You know, these adepts, they do not have to fight these roaches. You just want to kill drones, and you can kill drones all day. There's only a single queen.
Yep. There's not too much. I mean, one of the adepts, of course, did lose quite a bit of health already.
Here we go. But, I mean, it's still, there's a lot of lost mining time here.
Still adepts.
Yeah, they're still adepts. That's true.
Right, Kev. They're still adepts.
Queen is going for that one shot and will be able to finish off one of these adepts. That helps a little bit.
The frontal pressure has begun.
You gotta be so careful though, because one force field could go down and
that could be GG, Tasteless.
33 workers against 27. Corrosive ball.
Standing a little close to the fire.
Yeah. They laugh in the face of danger.
Likes it hot. But I mean, at this point, starting to make their way a little bit closer up that rip. Actually,
Stalker's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage onto the Stalkers.
No.
And that probe trying to rebuild the wall. I mean, trying to morph.
Look at that probe.
Ravager right there. That probe had a dream.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I can't believe it completed.
Well, still got actually a good.
I would love to see this Overlord a tiny bit closer. They're going to
Look
try
at this
to do
bank, by the way. There's a lot of resources here for Illinois State. They're going to start up a bunch of drones and a lair. Like, okay, I guess it's time to do something else now.
Would love to see one more base. Yeah, this is actually doing a little better than I thought it was going to do.
Yeah, they need that Overlord for the vision, of course, and the Stalkers are trying to push that away. Once that Overlord dies, there'll be supply block, though, as well.
Yeah, they gotta go back. They really gotta go back. I mean, they forced out a very big reaction. I don't know if that's enough, but like you said, they still got a lot of money in the bank, and they are going up to 3 bases, while Bills and James Brown are still on 2 bases. That's supply block.
The rest of these units move out. They're like, oh, Ravagers are just hashtag chilling, so now they're gonna go down.
Okay, so the thing they have to worry about the most is War Prism follow up with like some sort of harassment maybe at the front. But actually, they're already making roaches. This is not. I'm not saying it's great for Illinois State, but it's also not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I mean, going back into units while they're behind on workers certainly isn't going to do them any favors, but having something there to handle this prism will be important.
As the robotics facility has finished up. This looks very beautiful, by the way, like these 2 pylons powering all these buildings that are like maximum distance. It's not something I see very often.
Yeah, just kind of like they were just placed there randomly.
It's a beautiful proto circle of love.
This is like one of those setups you get in a campaign mission.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, take over this base. It's like, wow, that's a very beautiful base.
It's like all these buildings are laid out. It's like, place 2 pylons to control these buildings. It's like, well, I want to make them equidistant from the buildings.
Alright, Twilight Council halfway done. That third Nexus is halfway done as well. There should be enough Zerg here to push this army back. Sentries, of course, don't have crazy DPS. Not like they had in Wings of Liberty. There was a time that Sentries were better than Blink Stalkers.
Sentries used to be, I remember in the early beta, you actually killed mutas with Sentries.
Yeah, no, you killed everything with Sentries.
Yeah.
Sentry Zealot was the meta in PvP because they killed Stalkers so fast that Stalkers just couldn't do anything. I mean, maybe our blink control wasn't that good back then, and I think the cooldown was also a lot longer. But I don't know, for some reason, Sentry Zealot was better than Blink Stalkers.
They did like 3 more damage.
Oh, force fields will go down. There is Corrosive Bow, of course, so this shouldn't be game ending immediately. White Prism takes a lot of damage, a little bit risky here.
Yeah,
they're actually just going to jump on this army. Oh, what is it called? Oh my god.
Barely making it on the neck.
Oh, the
sentry's derping a little bit there.
Okay, Protoss pickups.
Yeah, real nice, huh? Protoss has an eject button for the army. Beep, recall. It's like, oh, our units are so far away. I can pick you up from a mile.
That actually looked a little bit silly. I'm not going to lie, Nate. Those sentries should have died. They should not have survived.
Somebody get the camera. Let's make sure we record this.
Life caps.
There you go.
12 drones on the way. Double Evo chamber. Hydrolyst den. As 3 extractors are going down as well.
The Dark Shrine's about to finish up too. So, do we have that? Do we have a Spore or an Overseer like last time? Is it just a lair with no support?
No,
there's a Spore.
Okay.
Did they just realize? Or maybe they just want it against the Prism.
Did they just realize what you just realized? That if you would have a Spore for every Dark Templar,
you could defend every base.
and you never need an Overseer. I'm not sure if that's what they realized, because they don't really go that crazy. They've got one Spore. I think it's more like an anti-prism.
Anti-prism.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
he looks like an anti-prism Spore.
It's a nice Spore crawler, but there's a lot of other places DTs could hit. Oh.
Connects with a couple. Supply's dead even. And it's double Evo chamber. It's just
I want to see DTs. I'm mad.
If only this White Prism could fly straight into the Spore and the Spine after revealing one Dark Templar. Illinois State still has a very good shot.
There are 2 DTs in this.
Okay.
This
so now they know, but
and they're warping in 3 more as well.
Overseer morphed over here.
Oh, they're gonna snipe the Spore. Oh, they're gonna go for it, and there's no transfuse.
Cross a bile though.
Get it. Oh, no hot pickup though.
Okay. So
a little too hot with the bile on them.
Fort base will get cancelled, and there is one Dark Templar slicing away at drones in the pocket expand.
This is when you Archon Fort, get the drones, focus the drones. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Cutting the economy head off the snake.
Oh,
and they could force field the ramp too. They could force field the ramp as well. Stalkers run. Nope. Wow. Okay. Ate a lot of Crucibles on those Stalkers, but
probably microing Dark Templars.
There we go. Use the bile on the force fields. Break the force fields. Oh, there's more force fields.
Yeah. This is gonna go on for a little while. Oh, Mothership Core is gonna die. That's something.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at the money of Illinois State. If they would have been able to spend their money, I guess they're just falling apart a little bit. They lost a lot of larvae. They lost their queens to the Dark Templars. They lost their potential fort base.
It's
so
like
we
finally gave you a way to break force fields, but you do still actually need a lot of stuff to do that consistently. So.
Lurkaden is almost done, but I'm afraid it's just not going to be in time. After also losing the third base, after losing the fort already, I think that's too much, Nate.
Yeah, just a little bit too much to handle. We got disruptors back home, 4th base for the Protoss. I mean, they've got everything they want. They've got everything they need.
81 probes as well.
Yep, life is good.
Well, actually, Zerg might be able to clean up this army. I think this army is going to die of.
I mean, the Hydras come out, but like you said, if they'd spent the money earlier, they wouldn't have lost all their economy with this army coming out. And then the DTs, of course, cutting off their follow-up economy. There's only 18 drones left on the map, so they're going to kill this. I guess they're going to, push across the map one last feeble attempt?
Of course, I would pull all 18 drones as well. It's now or never.
Yeah, exactly.
You're never going to have another economy again, so this is the moment where you just empty your piggy bank.
You don't recover from things like this in life.
You go to Vegas and you put everything on Nate winning the next GSO.
Well,
it's a good payout. It's also like 10,000 to 1.
What? What are you talking about? I've won that thing like 7 times now.
You know, even if it was 10,000 to 1, I'd still bet money against you. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's just that you're Terran. If you were Protoss, Nate, I'd believe.
Oh, okay. So you're actually just trying to help me. No. GG, well played. Thanks for the opportunity. Bear taps out. GG. Kansas takes the 3-0 University of Kansas. With a pro gamer on your team like that, it's hard to lose.
Yep, but game number 1, Runes of Saras, was very, very close.
That was surprising. That was that point where you're like, wait a second, are these guys legit?
Yeah, I mean, that was the point where we thought it was Nesty.
Yeah.
At least for a split second, they made us believe that Nesty was actually...
They were channeling the spirit of Nesty.
Yeah, that's for sure. If they would have been able to run towards that fort base, shut it down, I really think they would have been able to take it. It would have still been hard, because there were a lot of Phoenixes, so things get tricky. You know, how do they get enough NTR to somehow... But they were going up to Infestors. That was really that game. In game number 2, the link drop could have been executed better, but still put him in a reasonable position. And I felt this game, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Roach Rush on a map like Orbital. Like if this is a Lara like Crest or
Yeah.
Runes of Saras or Arena, I can see it work a little bit better, but yeah, on Orbital, I think it takes too long to run across the map and you have to go up the tiny little ramp, so it's just rather difficult. But I still think Illinois State can be proud, and this is not a team that's going to go 0-7.
No,
Absolutely no way.
I'm
They'll
sure,
win multiple series.
I'm sure we'll see them pick up a couple points along the way. This is
Mhm.
this is the end of week 1, Roddy.
Yes, it was really fun. Protos in every series. Made up for yesterday.
Well, I was hoping that Bills would show us his magic Terran skills, but apparently he's not ready yet.
He's saving it for the finals, Nate.
That's true. That's the cool thing. I actually think he's good at random as well, but he's pretty
Well,
all around solid.
There are a couple guys that are good on random North American server. Bubbles, also one of them.
Yeah, he started playing random as well.
Roddy
So-
started playing random too, but he's not very good.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm about to catch this random bug as well.
It's fun though. It's a good warm up.
Yeah.
It's an excellent warm up.
I agree. I've been playing co-op missions for my warm up. I love those. All right. Well, that's the end of week 1. Pretty good results, guys. We have a lot more. There's 7 weeks of open season, so you will have a lot more StarCraft to watch on your Monday and your Tuesdays coming forward. I guess we'll see you guys next Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific time.
That is 3 p.m. for the
Are
Hawaii
you gonna do that
viewers.
thing where you go through every time zone again?
I can do it. 3 p.m. for the Hawaii viewers, 8 p.m. Eastern, and of course 2 a.m. for all my fellow Europeans. Unless you live in London,
You know
that
what
would be
time
1
Do you
a.m.
know what time this is on in Korea? For like the 1 or 2 Koreans watching?
Nah, not from the top. I
Okay.
mean, technically I should know that. If you give me enough time to do math on stream, I will do that.
I
But I
won't
don't
make
think
you
we
do
should
that.
do that. I think we should just close it out.
I won't make you do that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and of course,
Actually,
big
8
thanks
a.m.
to our sponsors to help make all this happen. Steel Series and Gunnar Autism. Like I said, always, you watch this on Twitch. We'll see you guys next Monday, 5 p.m. sharp.